Hey everybody, this is Aaron Jolly back with Rainier Arms. I'm joined again by Chase from Silencerco. Chase, welcome back. Thanks for coming back in.
I love coming up here, man. Every time I come up, the wind's in my face. So, yeah.
So I know that you've got some product that we're going to go over, some stuff that we've not even talked about at all yet. And we definitely want to make sure that you guys stick around to the end of the video because I've got a very special thing to go over at the very end. Some little brand new toy that you brought us.
Yes, sir. Yes,
awesome.
Sir.
All right, so Chase, I know the very first thing that we're going to go over is the 46M. Now, I know a little bit about suppressors, enough to be dangerous, right?
Sure.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this? I know that this is a newer product from you guys too, right?
It is. So we've had the 36M, which was a 9mm can that's rated for 338 Lapua. It's modular in length, right?
Yep.
So there was a lot of demand. We've got another product called the Hybrid 46. It kind of a fixed length. There was a lot of demand for kind of a modularity in length. And so this last year, had the design done, dropped the product, and started to release it. It's modular in length, so I can actually take this in baffle stack off.
Oh, okay.
I can take the end cap out,
Yeah.
put it in here, and now I can run it in this length, still rated for 338 Lapua.
Wow.
It's also, because it's a 46 with a 46 opening, I can run 45 ACP, 450, 458 through it, kind of all the big stuff as well. So as we discussed before, we've got the 46M. We've actually got it on a little lightweight 308 that's kind of a ton of fun. The 46M, we've got all the options, all the modularity, right? It's a 45 cal can that is rated for 338 Lapua. I can also change the length, so I can shorten it up in modularity and then attachment points. Use our traditional ASR, direct thread. I can take a piston housing with a Charlie piston housing, run pistons, put it on pistols. We just got a wide variety. It's a great first-time can buyer, especially if a guy's into some of the bigger bore stuff. We're seeing lever action 44s, things like that. Ton of fun to shoot. It's a great can to start with. I kind of brought over some accessories today just to kind of give an idea of all the different ways that we can attach this and the ways that we can use it.
Right.
Your traditional route with our ASR is going to be either a brake or a flash hider, right? Goes on, screws, we lock the collar.
Yep.
We've also got direct thread options, right? So if we want a direct thread, we can do that. That's a really solid mounting system, especially for those long range guys.
Yeah.
That, they're just looking for that consistency around it. Although we see very little point of impact shift with our ASRs or our flash hiders, the way our taper mount works. And then we've also got our Charlie piston housing. So let's say I want to take this, shorten it up, drop this Charlie piston housing into it with a piston, whatever size piston I need, 45 caliber and below.
Right.
Now I can take a can that the main body weighs about 12.5 ounces, shorten it up, and be able to use it on my pistol. Or my pistol caliber carbine with different attachment points. A lot of people don't realize that our 3-lug system actually fits inside of the Charlie mounting system.
Okay, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so I can take this retaining cap and this spring out, drop it in there. Well, now I've got a 3-lug option. So for my PCC, if I need to be able to get it on, get it off quickly, I'm good to go. And then we've got a whole assortment of end caps.
Okay.
This is kind of a specialty end cap. It's a flash hider end cap. We've got it in 5.56 and 30 cal. It's going to come in the box with a 460 end cap and a 30 cal end cap.
Okay.
So we're kind of getting best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Guy can use it on his hunting rifle. He can use it on his pistol. He can use it on his PCC. There's just, it's a full auto rated can for 5.56. So it just shows up really well. It's got a lot of volume. Does a great job on sound reduction.
Yeah, I know this thing was kind of the talk of the town last time you were here, right? We couldn't say a whole lot, but everybody was excited to hear about what was going to happen with it.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. We couldn't actually talk about it because we hadn't released it yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they've gotten out into the market. Obviously, people are waiting on kind of their forms to come back.
Right.
But the people who we sent it out, tested it, my testing that I've been doing on it, some of my hunting rifles, pistol caliber carbine stuff, just having a lot of fun.
Now, I know that the next can that we've got, I've had the opportunity to look at and play with. This is the first time, though, that we're actually seeing it on video.
It is.
So I know that, you know, this has been one of those where this is more of, like you said, a cost-conscious type suppressor. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
This is a new can for us, came out in December. Harvester Evo, it's a rendition of our Harvester 300. 30 cal can, fixed end cap. It comes in the box, direct thread, 5x28 and 5/8 by 24 with an MSRP of $680. It's a great value to come in and be under $1,000 with your tax stamp for a can. Shows up really well on bolt guns. It's also semi-auto rated. So if I'm gonna put it on a 5.56 or a 300 blackout and go out hog hunting, shoot a few rounds through it and then ease over and kind of shoot an extra one, it's just gonna show up really well.
I know we've got one other big fun thing.
Yes.
Before I get to that, though, it's coming. I do want to talk to you because I know that Silencerco has been real big about, you know, some of their campaigns that they've done.
Right.
And we've got a lot of newer shooters that have now come into the market.
Sure.
And the biggest thing is, until you've had the chance to shoot suppressed, you don't understand the reason. Because even though this is a you know, more budget-friendly can,
Right.
it's still up there in that $600 price range, right? And then you got a $200 tax stamp on that. But Silencerco, you guys are going to be rolling out something special.
We are.
Something that hasn't really even been talked about, right?
That's correct.
Can you talk about it now?
I can.
Okay.
I can kind of tease it a little bit.
Okay.
We're still finalizing some stuff for a launch later on in June, but we can talk about it a little bit.
Awesome. So explain to us what it is and what it's going to help for the community.
Sure. So we're going to start a campaign, and you know, over the years, Silencerco has done a lot for public perception, stigma. You know, really wanting to get new shooters into the market. We're very blessed at Silencerco to have a core customer base that, you know, is not only loyal, but advocates of ours and advocates of shooting suppressed. And we want to continue to support them and will continue to support them.
Yeah.
But we also want to see new shooters come into the market. And with the last couple of years of what we've seen in the country and with gun purchases, you know, we've exceeded all expectations, not only in the suppressor market, but in the firearms market. So we know that there's a lot of new shooters out there. We know that there's a lot of people out there that are having an experience. So we're going to launch this campaign. It's called Suppress the Fear.
So that's
it.
That's the first time we've heard it.
That's
right?
the first time we've heard it. So it's going to be called Suppress the Fear.
Awesome.
A huge part of that, nationwide, we're going to do events. But the idea is that we bring people out. They get an opportunity to shoot some weapons they've never got to shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot some cans, and probably for a majority of them, shoot a can for the first time, right? And that's really important to us, because this is beyond, for us, shooting suppressed is beyond kind of the cool factor, or you know, we do it because of the movies. You know, it's about the many different opportunities that we can have as a result of it.
Yeah.
Can it make me a better shooter? Can it take some of the fear out of shooting?
Yeah.
You know, the example that I use is with my daughter shooting long range. You know, she started whenever she was 6, shooting a big old rifle. And because I had the opportunity as a father to put a can on it, I lessened recoil.
Yep.
I lessened the concussion off of it. I lessened the decibel off of it.
Yeah.
And now, as a result, she's going to end up being a better shooter than me. And you know, whether we use a suppressor for personal defense, whether we use a suppressor as, you know, that family opportunity, you know, like I talked about a little bit. You know, we just want to provide a lot of different opportunities for the community, for the public out there, and just say, hey, you know, the gun isn't scary. This isn't scary. Let's kind of combine these and come up with a whole new opportunity and a whole new experience around this of, you know, sharing what to me is somewhat of a blessing. So we're really excited for it. The first event is going to be in Las Vegas. The next event is going to be in Virginia. Not real sure of the town, right? Okay. And then I know, you know, we're working really hard to set up a lot of these events in the fall as well.
All right, now the moment that everybody's been waiting for. We have Silencerco's brand new charging handle. They're GDCH, is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome,
Yeah,
I did it
nice
right,
job.
cool.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about this, what the purpose was of this charging handle, and kind of just fill us in, because I know this is a brand new product. Like,
It is.
Brand new from you guys.
It is. They're just now hitting the market, right? And so it's they're kind of limited in number in people's hands, but it's the gas defeating charging handle by Silencerco. And it's interesting part, there are a lot of people at the factory on the sales team that are like really proud of this. I know that, you know, I personally shot it last August, and you know, we went through a lot of prototype renditions and really wanted to come out with it because, you know, a lot of our products, well, all of our products get built in-house. And so, you know, there's a lot of pride that goes into that.
Yeah.
The idea was that we could take an upper and a lower, put the charging handle in, and reduce the amount of gas traveling between the upper and lower coming out, right?
Right.
And so we've got some slow-mo video of it where you can kind of look at some mil-spec examples and see this. But it's an ambidextrous charging handle, right? That has an O-ring on the bottom.
Okay.
We used a dovetail cut and some plunge cuts in here. You guys will get some kind of close-ups of that.
Yeah.
But no adhesive, no glue. So I'm not going to get it hot, and the glue is not going to fail, right? It comes in the box with an additional O-ring.
Okay.
We've got some instructional videos online. It's not particularly challenging, but
yeah, that's what I was going to ask is how hard is it to replace that if it doesn't?
It is not hard. You pop it out with a knife and push it back in.
Wow. Okay.
But you do want to keep these plunge cuts open, right, as part of it. And then in the instruction packet, it gives you the part number.
Okay.
So I can go down to AutoZone or wherever.
Oh, wow.
And get
just
the O-ring.
Another one?
Get the O-ring, right? And so we didn't want to do some proprietary O-ring.
Yeah.
We wanted to make it really easy. So the original testing, well, what I personally shot it on was Mark 18, right? And you know, where we're at right now, we're at about 60,000 rounds, 4,000 pulls, with no degradation to the O-ring.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So a few little kind of maintenance deals. You want to, you know, oil the sides right here and put a little bit of oil on the O-ring.
Okay.
You know, you think about an O-ring in your truck, you're going to put a little bit of oil on it. Same thing. Keep them wet anyway, right? That's my motto.
100%.
So,
Awesome. Well, Chase, once again, I want to thank you for coming down into the studio. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the fun toys that you bring in for us and everything. So big thank you to you. Big thank you to Silencerco.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure coming up here. And also thank you for all the amazing videos. You know, one of the things, as a sales rep traveling the country, I spend a lot of time on the road, and I always look forward to those little notifications of a YouTube video or a post that I get on my phone. Gives me something to do, kind of kill the time.
Well, we appreciate that we can help you out with that. And then if you guys want to get that same thing down there, hit that notification bell. This way you guys can get that same content as well.